All right, the other camera's charging, and I had to change cameras. So I hope it's the same good quality. Okay. Let's blow this tank right here out and get it put back on. Get the covers put back on. Check this thing out. That tank's good. Let's see, everything looked good. This crankcase vent hose is not hooked up. I'm sure we'll probably have to end up cleaning that carburetor. Yay! Get that hooked up. All right, let's see, let's get this on there. We're missing the spring. We are missing that spring. We are. What did we do with it? We're missing a spring for the auto choke. Oh, let's see. Let's dig around over here. Here's one. I just noticed that. Let's see, which spring is it? It's not that one. Oh. There we go. All right. Glad I noticed that. Let's see, get the cover put back on there. Two longer bolts in the front. Two shorter ones in the back. Before I go any further, I'm going to do a compression test. Oh, yeah. Okay. This O-ring on here looks pretty good. I was thinking this O-ring might be missing or damaged or something, but I think the block itself is just kind of wore. I'll have to see about getting a little bit thicker O-ring next time I go to Lowe's or Home Depot. Take that with me. Yeah, next time I go to Home Depot or Lowe's, I need to look in there because I got to get some O-rings for these gas caps. Somebody's telling me that's a 1-inch. I forget where I read that now, but I got to get some O-rings for those. That's what I need to do. I need to get on Amazon and order me a big old thing of assorted O-rings. That's really what I need. That's really what I need. All right, let's get this screw put back in this dipstick tube. Okay. Okay. Let me grab my compression test door. We'll see how much comprehension it has. I should have checked that flywheel key too. All I had to do was pull that nut off and I didn't do it. But if there's something wrong with it, we'll fix it later. Okay. Give it about 4 good pulls. Let me wipe up this oil here and dribbled. Okay, let's see what kind of compression. I'm gonna bust my elbow on something back here. Yeah, for some reason I put a new string on here. That's got 0 compression. Maybe it wasn't tight enough. I'm gonna try another compression tester too. Huh, 0 compression. I hope we just didn't waste all that work we just did. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Why do we have no compression? Let me try another tester. Another tester. Hey, look, it says Thomas Mower. Oh. You know this thing's old when they don't use the area code in front of the phone number. That's way back in the day there. Okay, we'll try this tester. Yeah, this one starts at 0. This one, well, I guess it starts at 0. 0, 5, 10, no. I don't know what don't starts at. Anyway. I can feel it. It don't feel like it's got any compression. Huh, 0. Should have done that first. Well, we have no compression. Let's pull that head off. Let's pull that head off and see why it ain't got no comprehension. But before I do that, I'm gonna try to look in there. Well, wheel. Maybe we got a sticky valve. Lord, hope it's not another rod, bolt, or cam. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. I'll give you a 1/2 inch socket. We're going in. Well, that's loose too. Huh. But that don't matter. Now it don't. Head gasket looks good. We can reuse that head gasket. All right, let's find out what's going on here. All right, piston comes up, valve open, the exhaust valve opens, and then it goes back down and sucks it in. Comes back up, pow, so the cam and everything's good. It just don't have any compression, right? You can see the compression release. Cylinder wall feels good. See no damage there. I'll tell you what, let's do a leak down test. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do a leak down test on this thing and see what's going on with it. See if we can tell where it's leaking from. Click, click. 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 All right, grab my leak down tester. And my leaky down tester. Leaky down tester. I got that on Amazon. AB and Auto Body Now cylinder leak down tester. Part number ABN2305. Got it on the Amazon. Got it on the Amazon. Well, why is it not going all the way down? Oh, I just popped all my knuckles. I hear it. see it just yet. Oh, here it come out of the carburetor. It's the intake valve. Let me put my air to that muffler. I can't tell if it's coming from the sound's coming from the carburetor. Yeah, it's not coming from the muffler. Yep. Look there. Yep. Just a simple valve job might fix this thing. Boy, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yay, this is going to be a flathead quantum style engine L head valve job video. Yep. Yep. Top dead center on the compression stroke. Both valves are closed and it's still leaking out of the intake valve. How was this in there? How did I do that? There it goes. Hurrah. Okay. That didn't move too tight. That torque wrench set too high. Here. All right. All right. Ooh, I always drop one. Okay. This thing turned around this way. Get that muffler pulled off. Get that muffler pulled off. That muffler should have one more set screw somewhere in it, shouldn't it? Nope, sometimes they do, right there. Okay. Okay. Well, let's do this, Brutus. I ain't new to this. See, if you were doing a auto choke conversion, you need that off the old engine, because this gets hot and it pushes that forward, which opens the choke and it holds it there. The wind will open the choke when it cranks, but this will hold it open in case you want to cut it off and go get a drink of water. It won't choke it while it's still hot. I swear. I promise. Trying to remember what the valve clearance is on these things. What is the valve clearance? I'm gonna lower the camera so you can see it better. So you can see what I'm doing a little better. Okay, 3/8. Please don't hurt that gasket. Please don't hurt the gasket. Oh, the gasket's intact, but it's stuck to the block, which is not what I wanted. Let's see if we can save that gasket. Come out of there, Mr. Gasket. Come out of there, Mr. Gasket. Come on, Mr. Gasket, come off our boards. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. Things are looking up. Knock these little keepers off. There we go. Put that razor blade up before we hurt ourselves. Okay. Here's the intake valve. I can get my fingers on it. There. Yep. It's damaged right there. I can feel that with my finger. Maybe it's just carbon buildup, I hope. I believe that's all it is, just a little carbon buildup on that valve. That's what it is in my old opinion. But we're going to find out when we do this valve job. It looks to me like this engine was rode hard. Get some of that oil sucked up out of there. Yeah. Right there is where it was leaking. Yeah, I believe this thing was burning a little oil. Don't look to me like it's had many oil changes. Get the valve springs out of there. There's one for the exhaust. So that's all you do is you just stick it in there in this hole and just, that's what holds it. It goes in there like that. And then it clicks right in there. So that's all I did with a screwdriver. I just stuck it in there and pushed it off, and that's all I did. Okay. I need to take my screwdriver and scrape out some of that carbon. Get all that chunky out of it. Get all that chunkiness out of it. Now what's the exhaust look like? Exhaust looks pretty good. Yeah, that's nice and clean right there. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Let's look over here at the chart. This is a 126M02 12,000 series Quantum. Let's see, 12,000 series Quantum. Okay, two-cycle overhead valve aluminum cast, 12,000 series. 5 to 7 thousandths and then 7 to 9. So we'll set it at 5 and 7. 5 and 7. 5 and 7. Let's do this first. Let me get my hood on. 5 and 7. Let's clean these valves real good. Looks pretty good, it ain't. What I like to do is lay it on a flat surface and just kind of roll it. Make sure it's not bent. Looks good, looks good. Now we'll do the intake valve. Okay. Grab my clearance feeler gauges. Let's see, we are wanting 5 and 7. Let's see, there's 5 and there's 7. Let's try the intake valve first. It actually feels pretty good. It said it has to be between 5 and 7 thousandths. Yeah, even 7 thousandths is pretty good. If we had to make it any wider, if it needed more, all we'd have to do is just take on the grinding wheel or a file and just as flat as you can, just file the end of that off, and that'll give you more clearance. All right, let's check the exhaust. And that needs to be 7 to 9. Yeah, 7, that's fine. Look at there. That's perfect. Well, I don't need to grind it any bigger, so we'll just take and relap the valves, reflap the valves. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the coarse and end with the fine. Start with the coarse and end with the fine, honey. All right. Let's see. We'll just start with the exhaust valve since we got it in our hand first. Let's see which one is fine, which one is coarse. This one's coarse. No, I'm just going to use fine. I'm not going to grind them down that much. I don't want to have to re-gap them. It was just a little piece of carbon in there. It had that. I didn't check the intake valve for. Yeah, that's nice and straight. No wobbly. I forget who it was a while back. Somebody asked me if I could do a video on doing a valve job on a flathead. I hear the train. Back in the neighborhood, there's an area where that freight train stops and the street ends at the tracks, and that's where the employees get on and off. I see a car pulled over there sometimes, a wife picking up her husband and somebody else bringing their husband to get on the train. They stop it right there in that neighborhood and gravel area while they sit and wait for it. It's pretty neat, man. I'll sit right there and grab the intake after I said we was going to do the exhaust first. I'll tell you, it is too quiet in here. Yeah, just using the fine paste, you're really not taking much off enough to affect the valve lash. I'm not pushing hard in on it at all, just kind of letting the weight of my hands do the job, do the work. Oh, my back. Oh. Okay. Now what you want to see is a really fine line, even line, all the way around uniformly. Yeah, that's a nice seat right there. That's perfect. That is perfect. Make sure you clean it all out of here. Yeah, that's a good looking seat. It's got a perfect ring, even uniform ring all the way around it. Yeah, now we'll do the exhaust valve. Yeah, there wasn't no reason getting so aggressive with it with the coarse paste. There's a date on here somewhere. I'm just curious how long I have had this stuff. I've had this stuff over 30 years, I know. Huh. I don't see nothing on there. I'd be curious to know when I did buy these. All right, Mr. Exhaust Valve, let's get this job done. Let's get this thing put back together. It's so cold, my suction cups ain't wanting to stick good. They're kind of hard because it's so cold. I should have stood this thing up on a jack stand. It'd be easier to get to. I wouldn't have to bend over and twist my back like I'm having to do. These valves, when they open, they turn a little bit. Every time they open, they turn a little bit. Because when the cam, oh, my flashlight's going dead on me. Because when the cam reaches the lifter, the way it turns the lifter. And it'll in turn the valve a little bit. That's why you just don't want to put this thing in a drill and go, because this is making it random all over. It don't matter where this thing closes like that. It's always going to be perfectly seated. That's why you want to turn it a little bit. Just makes it better. See, I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot of people that, a lot of friends that, oh, I just always just stuck it in a drill and just car engines and whatever. They never had a problem. This is the way I was taught, and this is just the way I've always done it. I think I did my first valve job when I was about 8. My grandpa helped me, well, I helped him do the valve job on his 8 horsepower rear engine Snippy. It was a 74 model Comet, I think it was. He'd sit there in the backyard on the cinder block and just work all day long on that engine. I remember them days. I just think, God, I have a shop to work in. I ain't got to do it in the driveway or out in the yard somewhere. Very fortunate. That's a nice ring around it. Nice and solid and uniform. I'll take it. Just make sure you get it all cleaned out of there. Let me snap another battery in my flashlight. Oop, there goes one. Trying to remember how Johnny did that. How did he do that? Somehow or another he took it. There it goes. Okay. Make sure you don't get it cross-threaded. All right. Back in business. Ooh, that thing's a lot brighter than the other battery. Put this over there and charge it. All right, let me grab my tool. Grab my valve spring compressor tool. Valve spring compressor tool. Let's see, this was the intake side. What you want to do, put it like that, and then compress it down all the way. You can tighten this if you want to keep it. Don't get this real tight, because then you won't be able to get the tool out. You'll pull this thing back out with it. Go all the way down with it. Not real tight, but just all the way down and just stop. And then we'll stick the valve through there like that. And then you can unscrew this, or you can just, like I do, just yank it out and it'll just pop in place. Boy, that battery is a lot brighter than this one. Boy. Or you can spin this 180 degrees and push it on, but I like to pull it on. Anywho, I can't get it out. Just give it a little tilt. There we go, like that. Pow. There you go. Make sure that spring is sitting flat. That's all there is to it. Here, let's do it again, because my big head was probably right in the way when I done that. So you can do it like this, and then push it on and unscrew it. I like to do it like that. I got that too tight. Spin around for me, baby. There we go. Pow. Easy as that. There we go. There we go. Intake, or that's exhaust. Intake, sucking it in, coming up and pow. And then it'll blow it out the exhaust and suck in some more air and fuel and pow, that's compression right there. That is the top dead center of the compression stroke. All right, let's spin this thing. Well, let's put this, all that back on. Breather. Put the breather back on. Put your breather back on. Oh, everything's so cold. Why's it got to be so cold? Oh, that's my, I need my phone. No, that's my 3/8. Okay. Oh, let's see. Let's grab the muffler. Where's my 7/16 go? have I done? Have I put it on backwards? I believe I have. No, I haven't. Why is the muffler hitting? Why is the muffler hitting the breather box? Why is it hitting? I don't have the muffler upside down. Do I have the breather upside down? No, I don't have the breather upside down either. That's strange. That thing's hitting right there. Why? Why is it hitting right there? I'm in the proper holes. There. It is, it's hitting. That don't make any sense. No, evidently I got that breather upside down or something. Something's going on, something's funky. I can't have that upside down. It's not. That's weird. It is, it's hitting. It's hitting right there. It's not letting the muffler go down. I'll walk over and look at this one. Oh, I'm pouring oil everywhere. Huh. Oh, good Lord, I know what I did. I forgot to put the thermal actuator back on there. What did I do with it? There it is. See, when I run across something like that, I know to stop and think about it. See, that one don't have that thermal actuator. That's the primer start. See, that goes on there first. Spacer. Yeah, we figure it out. You just got to stop and think sometimes. And take a break every now and then. Now we're good. Make sure that goes on the inside of the vane. Okay. We got to figure it out. Okay. We're good. Oh, let's see. See, these bolts right here get so hot. That's why they got these tabs on here. They could loosen themselves. That's what them tabs do, keep that bolt from coming loose. Because they get hot and they get cold, and they get hot and they get cold. All right. Okay, yeah, get this stuff out of the way. Bring out the Helvins and bring out the best. Little piece of trash right there. How do I get in there? Okay. Little piece of grass. Wanting to get in there. Can't have grass in the cylinder head. Combustion chamber. Okay. Before I forget, I need to tighten that. Probably end up taking it back apart anyway, but I need to tighten that when I'm thinking about it. Okay. Hear that heli chopper flying over? It makes me want to go watch an episode of MASH. Yep. Okay. Boom. I can't forget to put that muffler guard back on there too. I laid it over there, now it looks like it's part of that other engine. Okay. Ooh, careful. You wouldn't believe how easy it is to snap these bolts, especially using that. I've done it before. You gotta be careful. All right, let's get the dipper stick. You try to pull this thing with this dipstick out of here, you're gonna blow oil everywhere. Blow it everywhere, boy. You will, and I have. Okay. Well, that thing's a whole lot brighter with another battery in it. Okay, grab your compression tester and let's find out what we did. Did we do it any good? I'll tell immediately after I feel it when I pull it. Okay, we're on 0. Did we do it any good at all? No. We still ain't got no compression. Makes me wonder if those rings are wore out. Being how nasty that oil is. Let me grab my other tester too. You just ain't got no compression. I guess the rings are wore out in that engine. Oh well, we'll have to find another engine now. Probably that one we brought in first this morning. Yep. But we're going to keep on keeping on. It ain't worth re-ringing it. Not to me, I don't feel like doing a ring job. Even pulling it, I can feel it ain't doing nothing. See, it's still on 0. No compression. No compression. Tell you what, let's do. Tell you what, let's do. This will tell us. I should have checked that before, but I didn't. Because it sounded to me like it was just coming out of that intake valve, but evidently I didn't pull the dipstick out of it. And that'll tell us if it's the rings. And it will. I should have done this to begin with. I should have. It's still coming out of the exhaust intake. That intake valve is still not seating. There's nothing coming out of this dipstick. Because if it was the rings, you would see it coming out of that dipstick tube. Makes me wonder if that block is cracked under that seat. I didn't see nothing. But then again, I didn't look very well either. It's still leaking right out of the intake. I mean, it's leaking enough to fill it. I'm gonna hit pause and let this camera charge. I'm gonna pull the cover, pull starter and the head back off. I'm gonna pull the muffler off and the breather cover. And I wanna I'll come back when I get this camera charged. Hang with. I ain't giving up on this thing.